Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How is everyone today? Hope everyone's happy and healthy. Hey Fusion Density, hey Rowan Whitaker, Dawn Judds, one of my awesome patrons, Bree, Michael Kahn, hey mate, another patron, Jerry Smoke, Natsari Marlon, how are you mate? Dusty Rider, another awesome patron, but didn't already say hey. Arwen, how are you mate? Savvy. Well, this morning unfortunately I was meant to be at a beautiful lookout, but it was closed because of just the conditions that we're in at the moment. They like to close things for no apparent reason. Definitely no killer virus on the loose, but anyway. Owen says another great live stream in the boonies. What's the boonies, Owen? Is it something to do with Australia? I haven't heard that term before. Just wait for a few more people to come in before we start the topic for the day. Australian wildlands. Yep, it's definitely Australian wildlands. I wanted to stop here. Can you guys hear the wind? It's kind of picking up a bit. I'll have to move if it is getting a bit. How's the wind coming through, everyone? If it is a bit clippy, I'll seek some shelter. Yes, Arwen, as in yes, it's a bit clippy. Not too bad. All right, cool. We'll keep going then. I wanted to stop here today because this is an awesome carving. This is from just like anywhere near Wolf Creek. Lots of wind audible. Yeah, I'll try and hide. I just want to show you guys this awesome wood sculpture. This is done by a chainsaw. It's a wedge-tailed eagle. Just a random stump. Someone's just come along and he just carved out an eagle and some eggs. Made a bit of a nest around it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's actually another one up the road a bit more. I'm not going to go there today. It's a possum. It is. Whoever did this, they're bloody awesome. just some random art on the side of the road. Owen remembers seeing this on YouTube a decade ago. You mean the eagle? What's the Aussie Bigfoot called? A bunyip, or is it a bunyip? Maybe it starts with a Y, not a yeti. It's something like that. They filmed it as they were carving it live. I don't know. I don't think it was the exact same one as this, Arwen. I don't know. I could be wrong. They could have just put this here, but it looks like this has only been here for a few months. And from what I can gather, they carved it here because there was, I think, all the other carvings are kind of, yeah. There's carvings down here. So there's bits and pieces of the carving. So I'm not sure if it's the same one, Owen, but they probably had to go. Yowie, that's it. Yowie. Yowie's the Australian Bigfoot. Yeah, thanks Atlas Rising. Definitely a good fun fact we need to know. What's the Australian Bigfoot? The Yowie. That's it. We kind of can see the view out there a little bit, but yeah, it's not as good as where I was going to look out. They've actually closed the gates. Somebody owns half a mountain. Unfortunately, I probably should have checked if it was open. I don't think you can check. They just close it whenever they feel the need to stop the spread. Did the Yowie carve it? Yeah, maybe. I'm going to try and seek some shelter, and then we'll get into the topic for the day. And I'll preempt the topic. We might go over here. Probably not going to get much of a view, but at least we'll be out of the wind because it's freezing. It was a cracker of a weekend though, up in the mid to high 20s. degrees Celsius, that is. Got some big termite nests here. Pretty cool. Some of the natural wonders of Australia. Hopefully the wind isn't as bad here. So I'll set up the tripod and we'll get into it. Hope everyone's happy and healthy. How are you, everyone? James Mason, how are you, mate? PJC NetSense said he thought that I had a strike for that other video. Did you say this was a rock, Arwen? That's a termite mound, man. Crazy. Yeah, that's actually a termite mound. It is 100% made. Yeah, it's made by termites, whatever you want to call that. We have man-made things. I wonder what things are called made by animals. Yeah, it's a big one. Someone Google that. So things made by man are obviously man-made. What are things made by animals called? There's got to be a term for it. Yowie pizza oven. What do you reckon a yowie eats? What does a yowie cook? Sorry guys for the fingers. Excuse the fingers while I handle the phone on the tripod. And today I want to talk a bit about why they're lying to not us flat earthers. We have sifted through the stories and the deceit. We're not being lied to. We don't take much notice of the mainstream stories other than just to pull it apart, just have a bit of fun. Arwen says natural, yep. I suppose you could just call it natural. I might move over here a little bit. There we go. Hopefully there's no stinging trees around to get me. That'd be unfortunate. There we go. Alright. Owen says things made by animals are natural. Yeah, let's go. I'll go with that. Termites on toast. Ants are amazing. Merry pranksters? Yeah, bush tucker, yep. Yeah, you can definitely eat termites. You can definitely eat big ants. And we have no shortage of big ants here in Australia. The topic today is why are they lying to you globers, not to us flat earthers. We know the deceit. It's not lies when you just simply don't follow their teachings. You know it's just deceit. They're not lying to us. We don't follow them. They're not our high priests lying to us. We, as flat earthers, always get told or asked the question, you know, it would be such a big deceit to have a flat earth. Why would they lie to you about the flat earth? And it's not up to us flat earthers to divine the psychopath's thoughts or motives. It's nothing to do with us flat earthers. We don't follow them anymore. If you're a flat earther, you definitely are not believing the mainstream pseudoscience. You know, the Neil deGrasse Tysons, the Bill Nyes, the mainstream like Nat Geo. You're not following those guys anymore. The only reason why we look them up and listen to them is to make fun of them, like I'm going to be doing today. So it's firmly, I'm going to turn this question back around on the globers. Why are they lying to you, globe believers? Because it's your religion. It's not our religion. We don't have a religious belief of a spherical earth that is purely belief-based, faith-based. Owen, did you... I don't know. Yeah, PJC Net said he got fed up of being asked that same question. The other one is, where's your accurate map? He says, give me $1 billion and the resources to map Earth from scratch and permission. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's not something that we have to answer. It's not. The burden of proof lies with those who claim that which is. Let's face it, it is quite spectacular, the globe, how the globe would work, how the globe would be existing. And why is there no evidence of the globe? We get told, well, the globe believers are told that there is scientific evidence of the globe. There is not one single scientific proof of the globe. I challenge anyone to find them. So, globe believers, why are they lying to you? Why can you not find one scientific proof of your claimed globe? Because that is the affirmative claim, that we live on a globe with a radius of 3959 miles, with an axis that rotates at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator, in space. Yeah, that is the affirmative claim. Why do we not have one single piece of scientific evidence to back up that claim? Why are they lying to you, globers? Think outside the container. Hey, mate. They say science doesn't prove anything anymore, so they don't have to prove. They don't have to provide any because it doesn't prove. Yeah, well, we were going over this on Ballbusters on the weekend. Science. What science is, the scientific method. Tune into Ballbusters live every Armin. What are the times for the Ballbusters? It slipped my mind. I think in Australia anyway, it's 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning. So if you're in Australia, catch Ballbusters 5 a.m. Sunday morning live on the Quantum Eraser channel. I think Nathan mirrors it a bit later with a bit cropped out. But yeah, they're all talking about science and what science is. And this week we were talking about just the premise to what is the scientific inquiry, what is required in the first place to start the scientific inquiry. Yeah, it was an early shift, Michael Kahn. 8 p.m. London time, says Arwen. That's when Ballbusters is on. Every second week. So it was on just this past weekend, so it won't be on this week. It'll be on the following week, which I'm now part of the panel. Thank you guys for including me. Officially a Ballbuster. Let's see how long this gig will last. So, to put something through the scientific method, it first has to be natural. Science exclusively. Thanks, Arwen. Great to be on the team, mate. Science deals exclusively with the natural and physical world. So that means if something is not natural, so synthetic. Ryan Q. Vincent says he watched the latest Ballbusters and it was an excellent episode. Yeah, definitely. It was an excellent episode. So like I was saying, something has to be natural. If it's synthetic or if it's supernatural, it cannot be put through the scientific method. There is no scientific inquiry with those things. So something that is synthetic, which is like man-made, not natural, synthetic. And something that is supernatural, something that we can't verify exists, can't be put through the scientific method. And next week we're going to talk about hypothesis, and that's what Think Outside the Container was talking about. Science doesn't prove things. Well, a scientific proof comes from experimentation, and experimentation is the hypothesis test, and that's why globe believers, or anti-flat earthers anyway, at the moment, are saying that science doesn't prove things. it absolutely proves things. You've got your hypothesis, which is your alternative hypothesis, and the alternative statement is, well, that is the alternative hypothesis, the alternative statement, and you've got the null, which is the opposite to the alternative. So you're proving either your hypothesis true, affirming the cause of the effect, or you're proving the null true, affirming it's not that cause of the effect. And you're definitely proving, by disproving one, you're proving the other. So science absolutely proves things. Supernatural comes, Arwen says supernatural comes from God, gives to us, possibly. I don't know, Arwen. I'm not going down that line of the story. But anyway, let's talk about why peer review Freemasonry. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with peer review. It doesn't matter how many times someone does something incorrect, still makes it incorrect. Doesn't matter if 100% of them come to the conclusion that it is correct when it is incorrect. Peer review does nothing. It's just something that the globe believers have devised in order to get around the whole proof bit, the experimentation bit, the hypothesis bit of the scientific method. Whatever they want to leave out, they just go, hey, look at this friend of mine that's funding my scientific endeavors. What do you think? Yeah, it's true. Oh, well, we both believe it, so we both say it's true, and we're going to even put it in a scientific journal. That makes it true, doesn't it? No. Doesn't matter how many times someone says something's true, which is actually incorrect. Doesn't make it true. Science is empirical. That's why it's so useful. Doesn't matter if you believe it or not, it's still going to be true. It has to be put through the scientific method. If it is not put, if you claim science and you don't put it through the scientific method, that is pseudoscience. That is the definition of pseudoscience. Claiming something is science without using the scientific method. So the topic today is, why are they lying to you globers? Not us. Like I said, flat earthers, they're not lying to us. Okay, I'll just the last thing on science. Arwen says, a hypothesis requires a naturally occurring phenomenon which has to be manipulated by the experimenter to establish the cause and the effect. Yep, that's pretty much the first, well, the second step, other than the natural phenomenon, which you included in there. That's the first and second step. Observe a naturally occurring phenomenon, and then you have to propose a cause to that effect. That's the hypothesis. First and second step. Observe the natural phenomenon. Second step, formulate a hypothesis. Third step, put it through testing, which is experiment. It's a hypothesis test. All right, let's continue, because I've got some great videos to show everyone about why they are lying to you globers. That is the question. Like I said in the start of the show, we get asked as flat earthers, it's such a big deception, flat earth. Well, not flat earth. It's actually the globe earth that's a deception. But if flat earth was true, it'd be such a big deception that we've been told that we live on a globe. Why? Why would anyone lie to us about being on a globe? That's what we get asked as a flat earther. And we have no obligation to answer that question. Why is it up to us to divine the thoughts of psychopaths and liars in order to satisfy someone's insecurity? Someone who's come across evidence of flat earth and they just don't want to believe flat earth. They can't fathom why anyone would lie to us, and they want that question answered. Well, those people who ask us flat earthers why would we be lied to, I'm putting that question back to you globers. Why would they lie to you globers? Let's go through some things. All right. So, where am I going to start? I'll start with Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. This is a good video.
It's a famous experiment conducted by Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes. And there are two cities in the old world, and one of them, they knew that at 12 noon on a particular day of the year, that the sun was directly overhead, and you can see the bottom of a well.
Oh, okay.
You don't run around looking at the bottoms of wells.
No.
Because the light doesn't take, it's just, no.
Doesn't get down there.
Doesn't get down there.
How can we use this observation to see if Earth's surface is curved? We needed another well. Turns out we can't see the bottom of both wells at the same time. What might explain this? Well, there are two possible explanations. First, we could have a flat Earth with a sun that's small and close by, so that the light hits the second well at an angle. Or second, we could have a curved Earth with a sun that's big and far away, so that all the light comes in parallel, but only one well at a time is lit all the way to the bottom. Turns out with just two wells, there's enough wiggle room for both explanations to fit our observations.
I just want to pause it right there. So Neil deGrasse Tyson, your high priest of globe religion, says we cannot determine with wells and shadows whether we have a globe Earth or whether we have a flat Earth. It is not something. So if you're claiming Eratosthenes as a proof of the globe believers, your high priest here, Neil deGrasse Tyson, says it is not conclusive evidence. There's enough wiggle room to assert both things are true. Yeah? Do we want to hear that again?
The time is lit all the way to the bottom. Turns out with just two wells, there's enough wiggle room for both explanations to fit our observations. Eratosthenes only had two wells. But what if he had added a third? With a third...
So now we're going into away from the official story. So Neil deGrasse Tyson details what the official story was and how it definitely doesn't prove a spherical Earth or a flat Earth for that matter. It is not a proof of either. And so we've got the official story of two wells being used and the shadows and the time of day, blah, 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 all that stuff. And Neil deGrasse Tyson just detailed how there's enough wiggle room that it is not conclusive to either a globe Earth or a flat Earth. And now we go into the lie. Now we go into, well, what if we had a third well, which wasn't in the story, which isn't part of the rhetoric? Yeah? So let's continue. What if we had a third well?
Eratosthenes only had two wells. But what if he had added a third? With a third well, it doesn't matter where the sun is. No flat Earth model can explain the angles of all three shadows.
Yeah, exactly. Dichotomy, Arwen. We've got a false dichotomy here. These are definitely the only two options, isn't it? No. That's what a false dichotomy is. So we've got a globe Earth on this side with a curved surface with shadows in wells, and we've got a flat Earth with a close sun. Is that a physical sun? No, we don't. Well, I, for one, don't claim that the sun is a physical object and close to us. That's what we're comparing here. We've got the false dichotomy of the curved surface and compared to a flat surface with a close sun. They're not the only two options. That's why it's a false dichotomy. But Neil deGrasse Tyson just said, if using three wells in this situation, I'm definitely not claiming this situation, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not claiming the situation where we've got a close and local sun. I don't claim anything about the sun. I don't claim if it's a hologram, I don't claim if it's close, I definitely don't claim if it's physical. I don't think the sun has a location, a size, a distance, any of that. Okay, but in this situation, the false dichotomy that he's just made up, that he's just fabricated to make it a bit more desirable on the globe side. Apparently this situation with three wells can only happen on the globe side. Do we want to take a little look at the shadows here in this situation? So we've got, if the sun was coming in parallel, yeah, we've got parallel shadows here. They're all the same on the globe side, yeah, whatever. But with the close and local sun, what's the matter with those shadows? He just put a big X on this one over here. If it were a close and local sun, that's still the same shadow we would see on a flat Earth with a close and local sun. Why are they lying to you, Globers? This was meant to be a proof if you had 3 wells. Why is your high priest lying to you, Globers? Not only is this a false dichotomy, this is definitely not what we, as flat earthers, claim. Well, not me anyway. I can safely say that I do not claim a close and local sun. But in this situation that he's given us, this is meant to be a globe proof, yeah? Because apparently these shadows only line up on a globe. It can't work with 3 wells. He's just shown with this little diagram. Let's have a little look-see here. So the light from that sun, yep, shadow ding, yes. Shadow straight there, yep, no shadow. And what's the matter with the shadow? There's no... He's saying that he's got a big cross here saying, no, that won't work. But your diagram that you've given us, Neil deGrasse Tyson, begs to differ. Why are they lying to you, Globers? Why are they giving you things like this, blatantly lying in your face, saying this situation here, the globe only works. It doesn't work on flat Earth. I think personally that they like to put it in plain sight. They like to put the lie in plain sight, but just describe something else. If you can open your eyes, you can see that this situation here would work. Not that I'm claiming it is reality. This is just a diagram. Yeah. But they like to put the dirty little secret in plain sight, but just describe something else, don't they? Why are they lying to you, Globers? That's what you have to answer. Why are they lying to you in your religion? Yeah? Thanks everyone joining me for this beautiful, well, it's Tuesday here, but I'll call it Monday morning in most of the time zones watching me. 56 in the chat, 57. Thanks everyone. Smash the super chat if you can, if you like my work. Sign up on Patron. Don't worry, it's not the end of the show. I've got plenty more of these. Alright, so I think there was something else in that video that I wanted to show too. Oh, here we go. Alright. Okay, after the well bit.
No flat Earth model can explain the angles of all 3 shadows. The spherical model explains it all 3 angles, with ease.
Well, do the sun come... Hang on. I just want to address that. Someone says, Snowbird says, well, do the sun rays come in parallel? No, definitely not. Has anyone seen crepuscular rays? Crepuscular rays with a point where the rays are converging to? The Globers like themselves, they like to put those pictures up of crepuscular rays. Yeah, so yeah, sunlight is definitely not coming in parallel. Oh, let's continue.
You got to measure the angles. Greeks had the angles.
Yeah.
Okay, in fact, geometry translates to Earth measurement. It's one last thing, which should be obvious.
I love where he's going here. Let's just replay that. Geometry translates to Earth measurements.
And to do this experiment, you got to measure the angles. Greeks had the angles.
Yeah.
Okay, in fact, geometry translates to Earth measurement. So one last thing, which should be obvious, okay, if you pay attention and think about it. If you send a ship straight to the horizon, right, eventually it begins to disappear until it's no longer visible beyond your horizon.
Right.
And you should ask yourself, what kind of surface would produce that result?
The ocean has a ramp.
I love that guy's response. The ocean has a ramp. What, as in perspective? Yeah, because that's what we claim, mate. That it's all to do. It's all not physical. He might be saying that, yeah, there's a physical ramp, but in describing that, you're describing what perspective is, what we see with our eyes. So Neil deGrasse Tyson has just detailed that geometry translates as Earth measurements, yeah? And then we've got a ship going out into the horizon. Yeah, again, disappearing bottom up. That's what we're getting told. So, Earth measurements, ships going out into the horizon, definitely claiming a physical Earth curve horizon there. This is your high priest, Neil deGrasse Tyson, claiming that that horizon is physical Earth curve, okay? But who else do we hear from in this argument other than the high priest like Neil deGrasse Tyson? Because he is a high priest. He is someone of authority in your globe religion. Let's hear from the extremists of your religion. Because these guys disagree with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I'm claiming what every single glober here claims. The Earth curvature is not the horizon. It's not Earth curvature.
This guy claims that this is what every single globe believer claims in here. Earth curvature is not the horizon. What about Neil deGrasse Tyson, your high priest? Why are you chucking him under the bus, Mr. Extremist Anti-Flat Earther?
Nathan, this observation looks the same every single day. The weather has nothing to do with it.
And every time you see the horizon, you're actually seeing the geometric horizon.
Oh, so we've got, I think that was Professor, what's his name? Bellend? Professor Bell? I don't know what his name is. Doesn't really matter. He's actually helping Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, he's one of these anti-flat earthers, one of these extremists. He's actually saying, yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson is correct. Yeah, we do see a physical Earth curve. So we've got conflicting views here. Why are they lying to you, Globers? What is true? We've got one extremist at the start of the video here. Let's see what he's had to say again.
Nathan, this observation looks the same every single day.
Sorry.
Curvature is not claims. The Earth curvature is not the horizon. It's not Earth.
So we've got one extremist saying the Earth curve is not the horizon. And then we've got Professor Bellend.
Observation looks the same every single day. The weather has nothing to do with it.
And every time you see the horizon, you're actually seeing the geometric horizon.
And then we've got another extremist saying, no, we don't see. We definitely, sorry, we do see the geometric horizon. Yeah, so why are they lying to you, globe believers?
You're not going to see the geometric horizon.
And then we've got another one saying we're not going to see the geometric horizon. Geometry being Earth measurements. Yeah, that physical Earth curvature. Yeah, why are they lying to you, globers? They're not lying to us. We don't have to answer the question. It's such a big deceit. Why would they lie about a flat Earth? No, we know it's a flat Earth. It's been, hey, Adam, how are you, mate? We don't have to answer the question, why are they lying? What would make them lie? That question is solely on you, globe believers. Not us flat earthers. We couldn't care less what they're lying about. We couldn't care less why they're lying. We're not going to divine psychopath thoughts, but it is solely on the globe proponents, the globe believers, to answer why are they lying to you, globe believers. We've got Neil deGrasse Tyson, your high priest, saying that his geometry translates as Earth measurements. Yeah? And he's detailing a ship going over the horizon, again physically blocked by the horizon. Adam Meakin says observation is the same every single day, except skunk bait. Yeah, I love these quotes. We'll keep going. So why are they lying to you, globe believers? You've got Neil deGrasse Tyson, the high priest, saying that, yeah, you have a physical Earth curve horizon. Then you've got the extremists, the anti-flat earthers, the ones that don't have a problem with strapping on that vest of, we never see the geometric horizon. They strap that big bomb vest on, they pull the trigger. They don't care if they take out globe believers with them, as long as they're trying to take out the flat earthers. That's all they are, anti-flat earthers. They're the extremists of your religion. Just going against anti-flat earth. Let's see what else they have to say about the geometric horizon.
No one's claiming that we see physical geometry.
Nobody's claiming we see physical geometry. Yeah, Earth measurements, as Neil deGrasse Tyson, your high priest, just said. Another extremist here, going against the high priest, strapping on that vest of no physical Earth curve, pulling the trigger. Exactly, Dusty Rider. Why are they lying to you, globers? Adam Meakin says, go on NDT geometry. Go on NDT. Geometry translates to Earth measurements. Yeah, tell it to all the anti-flat earthers. So who's lying here? Is it the anti-flat earthers lying, the extremists of the religion of the globe, or is it the high priests like Neil deGrasse Tyson? You guys got to sort this out. You've got some really, oh, I don't even know how to describe it. It's you've got some calamities in your camp. Why are you out talking to us flat earthers? We've figured out that the earth is definitely flat. We can measure it physically with the sextant. Yeah, it is a measurement that we can do. We've proven the earth is flat. You guys in your religion, it doesn't bother us. You can say what you want, but you guys on the globe religion side, you got to figure your stuff out. You got to get your story straight. You got your extremists saying on one side that we don't see the physical earth curve horizon, and then you've got your, like I keep saying, you've got your high priest Neil deGrasse Tyson detailing that geometry literally translates to earth measurements. Yeah, how can you measure the earth if you don't have a physical earth curve horizon? We'll keep going.
It's not a visual horizon. And every time you see the horizon, you're actually seeing the geometric horizon is the one that you see.
And the geometric one is the one we don't see, because if we don't see it, it's not a horizon.
It's not a visual horizon, but it is.
So we don't
visible.
see it,
Oh,
so it's
so
not a
then
horizon.
You are correct. We do not observe geometric horizon.
Welcome to Flat Earth.
It's by refraction. Do your eyes always tell geometric truth? The short answer to that last question is no.
You could
Yeah, you can't make this stuff up. Do your eyes always tell geometric truth? Oh, you've got some issues in your camp, Globe Believers. Yeah. Oh, Think Outside the Container says, gives me $10 to say, Globe Believers, crazed and unhinged. Yep, that's exactly what that video was about. The Globe Believers, the crazy anti-flat earthers, the extremists of that religion, not afraid to blow up their own religion, as long as they go against the flat earth. As long as the arguments are against flat earth. I think it's getting a bit windy here. I'm going to try and hide again. But these are some of the clips I'm going to be playing today. I think we've covered the horizon pretty well. Let's see. I'll show you guys the awesome termite nester here again as I try and hide. Let's see. We'll try and get out of the wind here. Through the bush, hopefully you don't see that yowie. Getting snagged on everything. Oh, this is great. As I've got the highest count of viewers here, 70 in the live chat. Thank you for joining me. There they all go. All they drop off. Anyway, trying to find a nice non-windy spot here in the Australian bush. I don't know why it's windy. Maybe it's something to do with us having gas pressure contained. Do you reckon? I was showing everyone in the chat this morning, whoever turned up early, this is an awesome carving with a chainsaw, wedge-tailed eagle. Just a random bit of art in the Australian bush. Got some eggs there too. Pretty awesome. Got a nest. Pretty cool. All right, we'll go and hide behind here. See if we can get out of the wind. Which way's the wind going? See if we can hide behind here. Thanks everyone for... Yeah, Adam Meekin says the final gambit of the anti-flat earther. Yep, deny your senses. Deny everything. There's a nice little bit of, whatever you want to call it, bush. Who have we got? We've got J.K. Grunge saying, on Nathan Oakley's channel, the Globers were asking for video proof. Okay. Canadian Spaceman says, yeah, the Flat Earth Society was definitely created to mock flat Earth truth. Definitely. Just trying to set up again here. Sorry guys, just trying to get out of the wind. Seems like the wind's coming from all directions here. It's like a swirling wind. Alright, try and go this way. There we go. Out of the wind now. I want to encourage everyone to, if you like my work, if you like these presentations, smash the super chat, as Think Outside the Container has done. Sign up to Patron. You get to be live with me every Friday or Saturday if you're in Australia, but Friday on most of the viewers' days. This week, just gone, I had DRTRH. It was a great stream. He was talking about his Flat Earth Friend Finder app. Just putting the camera back on the tripod here. Sorry guys. Get back into why they are lying to you globers, not us flat earthers. Sorry guys.